Hi friends, welcome back to the channel. If we haven't met, my name is Danny. Great to have you here. Today I'm going to be walking you through our, well, I guess I would call it a master bedroom, but it's actually the smallest bedroom in the house. So it's the master bedroom in the sense that it's the bedroom where my husband and I sleep, but it is not the largest bedroom. So I live in a 650 square foot cottage with my husband and our 4 kids, and we make small space living work for us, and we actually have come to love it. So I'm just gonna walk you through our bedroom. I've done a tour of our kids' shared bedroom, and I've also done a tour of like our kitchen and our pantry, as well as our bathroom. So I'm just trying to finish out the tour of what living in our cottage looks like and how we make it function. Okay, so approaching our bedroom here, this is kind of our common space. This is actually usually where the kitchen table goes, or the dining room table, but it's outside at the moment. So this is our entryway. We have these magnificent glass doors here. And so our master bedroom is just off of that. And it is about, I think it's about 7 feet wide. This is a queen size bed. So a queen size bed is usually about 5 feet wide. So we have, actually it might be closer to like 7.5 feet, because I feel like we have a little bit more, maybe, than a foot on each side of the bed. Not much though. This is our window. We use a shoe rack here, and then I usually keep our slippers down here and my Birkenstocks, because most of our shoes are actually stored outside, but I like to have my Birks inside just because I don't want them to be getting exposed to a lot of moisture. So this is our sock container. My husband and I just share socks. So these are long socks, they come up taller. These are short socks, they are shorter, like ankle socks. I know we're showing our age, our millennialism, by doing that. This is an extra pair of shoes that I pull out in the summer and use, so I just have it stashed there for right now. I haven't started using them too much this summer. Like to have my yoga block handy. This is kind of my workout bin of, you know, the bands and stuff like that. My husband has 2 bins of pajamas. I think one is kind of his warmer stuff and one of his is his cooler stuff. And we are in early spring, so we're kind of in this transition. Oftentimes this blanket is on our bed during the winter time, but I'm starting to get hot with where I'm at in pregnancy, so I'm not using that as much. But I like to keep it handy in case we have a cold night so that my husband can grab it. So I'm always an optimistic reader, or I always think I'm going to get through more books than what I'm actually going to get through, but I have been reading these 2 recently. Really enjoy them. I'm actually on a reread through both of them. Just finished that one. This is up next. And I've really been enjoying this history of the world, kind of just an overview. And then I've got my Bible here. This is just a bin where I have like my hand lotion, my chapstick. This is like a rice pack. I like to heat it up and put it on my back if it's achy. This is my silk pillowcase that I need to get back on my pillow. And then down there we have notebooks where we write notes to each of the kids, and a whole bunch of other books that I've either recently finished or I'm trying to get through. Our pillow situation here, I just have to be honest, I have all of this stash of my maternity pillows that I sleep with. I feel like I sleep with just a mountain of pillows these days. They're all stashed in the back. So we try to make it look kind of pretty from the doorway, but it isn't always as glamorous as it looks. This is my beautiful, is it a ficus tree? That is just kind of going gangbusters over there. So it's the only spot in the house where I can actually store it. And it's not brushing the ceiling, but is still out of reach of my youngest, who just walked in the bedroom and joined me. So this is my husband's cupboard over here. He doesn't store that much in there, but he's got his Bible, his journal, and that's about it, because our kids come in and sort of terrorize our stuff. Our alarm clocks have gotten terrorized and stuff like that, so we don't actually keep that much down where they can reach them. Up here we've got just a plant. These are boxes of just kind of random odds and ends, pens, extra chapstick, cards that we've received, stuff like that. And then we usually hang our hats here. My husband's wearing a hat that he usually has right there. These are sweet little baskets that our daughters make us, and we get lots and lots of love notes, so that's wonderful. And then over here is our closet. Oh, I'll turn this way. So our door is a slider door, which is kind of nice because it doesn't take up a lot of floor space. The downside is it means that we can't really utilize this space here all that well. I did have our shoes hanging on the back of our door here, and then another set down there using command hooks with wire racks. But I took those off just because as my belly's gotten bigger, I take up more space. And so I'm trying to kind of streamline and minimize like the obstacles in our passing zones. This is my husband's. He takes this out when he does like yard work and work stuff. So that's knife stuff. This is a belt that was getting slightly moldy. Yeah. Welcome to New Zealand, where everything leather tends to mold. So I need to deal with that. Then this is our closet. I'll step back here with my workout schedule right there so I can check things off. So this is my half of the closet. I've done a closet declutter, which shows more, but I've got my 2 bins of either winter stuff and or stuff that doesn't currently fit me at the moment because of my pregnancy. So those are stored up there. These are my jeans that do currently fit, although they're getting tight. I swapped over and put our queen sheets in here so that they would be more convenient. Shirts and tops like cardigans, jackets, vest, tank tops go here. These are dresses and a long sweater that goes here. And then I have kind of a bin of like pullover sweatshirts, bras, very full thing of bras. I have a lot of different sizes of bras. Leggings in the front, skirts in the back here. These are all like sweatpants or yoga pants or kind of lightweight pants there. Sorry, that is not working so well. And then down here is pajamas and swimsuits. And then underwear here. Breast pads here, which I don't currently have in circulation, but will need to. This is getting a bit full, but these are my shorts, workout shorts and some just like kind of like lounge shorts. And then this is like it's like one of those belly band things to like extend your shirts down. I think there's some like gloves in there. I think there's a couple slips in there, like short slips to wear underneath those skirts that are a bit see-through. It's just kind of some random stuff. And then my husband's side of things is up there is some of his YouTube. He runs a YouTube channel about knife sharpening and some of his merchandise that he's been testing out. So that's up there. I have no idea what's in that bin. It looks like there's a boomerang at least. His pants, his hats, like beanies, or toques, his shirts, his like t-shirts here. And then he's really, my husband is turning crunchy. He's like been reading labels and decided he didn't want to be putting hand lotion on his hands. So he got this tallow cream stuff, which our whole family is now kind of obsessed with. His kind of odds and ends drawer here, cologne, belt, glasses, chapstick. And then another knife, a chopper there or something, an axe. Can you tell my husband runs a YouTube channel about chopping things down? And then his kind of wool sweatshirts, long sleeve collared shirts, vests, sweatshirt, like zip up and pullovers, sweatshirts, jacket. And then down here, he's got a couple of just like wintry type stuff, an old computer that, we just haven't recycled or gotten rid of yet. His nice boots that he actually wore for our wedding. And then boxers and scarves. And I think this is like snowboard liners, like warm and swimsuits. So shorts, snowboard liners, and swimsuits. I don't know exactly the organization system there, but it works for him. So all good. So I don't know that you would call us like extreme minimalists. I still feel like we have a lot of stuff, but we do definitely adhere to the idea that our space provides boundaries for us and what we have needs to fit within the space that we have. And we just try to find that balance of making things look aesthetic and pleasing to the eye, making things functional. I guess function first. Function is our top priority, then aesthetic, and then like maximizing kind of as part of the aesthetic, maximizing the space that we have for the most usefulness. So in our room, we don't have a ton of space, but we do try to keep just this space here clear. And that's where sometimes I do workouts. It's big enough that I can get a yoga mat here. I can set my computer up on my bed. If my husband needs to spend some time working on his computer, he can bring a chair in and sit with the chair, bring in a bar stool and a chair and kind of set up his own little desk here. And we just make the space work. So I will say we don't have any under the bed storage. I think that's one of the common things that people think about. I'll just kind of show you. Our bed is a Japanese style platform bed, and we did that so that we would have, angle the phone there, so we would have space to shuffle along the side of the bed without our toes hitting any legs of the bed. So with that, we eliminated having any kind of under the bed storage. But that's okay. Our last bed also didn't have great under the bed storage, so we just are not in the habit of using under the bed as a storage spot. Thank you for being here. Thanks for joining me, and I hope that's been helpful for you, and I will see you in my next video.